I have more than 300,000 followers across social media, and in this video I'm going to walk you through the first steps to building a powerful audience, because a lot of people make the mistake of chasing a big following, likes and engagement when you can actually create a big impact through following the exact steps that I am going to be sharing in this video here today. And in case this is the first time that you're stumbling across my videos, my name is Tickner and I am the founder and CEO of Impact School, a company which Forbes magazine named as #1 in the list thanks to us successfully helping thousands. And I'm at a period in my career where I no longer want to compete, I want to empower. So I asked my team to stop charging for our content and go back through the archives to give it to you here on YouTube totally for free. Today I'm going to give you the framework for optimizing your social media so that you can reach more people and convert them into dream clients. I learned this the hard way because I was basically failing to treat my business as a business for the longest time, and all I cared about was getting more likes, more followers, more shares, and more views, just more, when I had no idea about what was truly important on social media. So let's jump into the training, and just as a quick side note, this is from a while back, before Reels were a thing or before Clubhouse was even around, and so some of the stuff that I'm saying is not as eloquent as our new stuff, but the content's still bloody good, so let's get into it.
Let's optimize your social media profiles. So the first and most important thing that we're going to do to get started isn't Facebook, it's not Instagram, it's not LinkedIn, it's not TikTok. Instead, I want to introduce an idea to you, a concept that's going to allow you to do this much more effectively, because I see a lot of content out there about, oh, put this in your bio and this and this. But if you don't understand this one key concept, then you're going to continue to struggle to reach more people. Okay, so I was talking to one of my mentors about this, and this is a concept which he has really honed in on. And so he helps a lot of the biggest influencers, celebrities, people who have giant businesses. He helps them achieve this: visibility. So this is going to stand for visibility, okay? Now, the cool thing is, his name's Imi. The people who work with Imi, they already have two things, right? And these two things are what a lot of people lack when they're first starting. And that's why here today, I want to walk you through those two things real quick and how you can put them on your social media platforms so that you can achieve visibility easily, reach more people, and get in front of your dream clients, okay? So those two things are authority and then credibility. You can only start working on achieving visibility if you already have authority and credibility to do so. When you're just starting out, when you haven't really done this before, when you're relatively new, you don't have these, so you should not try and start achieving visibility yet. So if you're posting on social media and you find that you're not reaching that many people, or the algorithm hates you, or when you DM people, they kind of ignore you, it's probably because you lack the authority and the credibility. And so there are some simple things that you can do to actually overcome that. And I'm gonna walk you through that right now so that you can achieve this visibility. Okay, so the first and most important place to start is just thinking, okay, what should I actually be doing to ensure that I have authority and to ensure that I have credibility? Well, optimizing your social media platforms first is key. So I'm going to guide you through that. But then simultaneously, we need to talk about the content that's going to allow you to have that authority and that credibility. Because ultimately, visibility, when you have an impact offer, as we spoke about already, you don't necessarily need too much visibility because you're doing a high price point. But the cool thing is that as you work with more people through your impact offer, because it's a high ticket price point, so you're really working closely with these people, then you're going to get better results, which will add to your authority and your credibility. So when you have more of this, it's easier to get this. And if you have this without having this, then there's just no point. People who have a bunch of visibility here, but who don't have authority and credibility, they're broke influencers, right? A lot of them come to me all the time. They want to know how to make money, but unfortunately they're at a place where, they need to do a lot of work to actually build up the skills to be able to truly, leverage it. So let's start on Facebook. So when it comes to Facebook, the most important place to start is your personal profile. I get so many questions asking me, hey, Lauren, should I have 2 different accounts on Instagram? And should I have 2 different accounts on Facebook and all this? Ultimately, with your personal profile, you're just going to want to optimize it. So even if you think your friends are going to laugh at you, then, so be it. Who cares if they laugh at you? You're going to be the one who's making a load of money and changing a load of lives, right? So whatever. But if you really don't want to use your personal profile, that's fine. You will find that it is very, 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 very beneficial. I get a good number of clients from my personal, and I didn't even used to use it. I even got verified on there. So that's why I'm using it even more now. The simple thing to do is I just have it so that my personal and my normal one are pretty much the same. I have a slightly different profile picture. Honestly, the background's pretty similar, so people can easily identify that it's me. Because that's one thing. You're going to want to make sure that you use the same profile picture everywhere. So this background cover thing, you can make this on canva.com for free. All right, it's literally just canva.com. You can make it, it's totally free. Having this here is going to change the game for you. Message me saying, and then a keyword to see how I can help. So if you are a relationship coach, message me saying love to see how I can help. If you're a fat loss coach, message me saying shred to see how I can help. Whatever your ideal clients would use, right? So like a middle-aged mom might not want to say shred, whereas like a younger guy might be down for that. If you help people get a nice butt, then you might message me saying booty to see how I can, you see what I'm saying? So yeah, I make sure that on here I have loads of credibility and authority. Forbes Top 10 Entrepreneur, London Stock Exchange, Yahoo Finance, Business Insider, USA Today, Digital Journal. If you don't have that, then think, how else can you add credibility in that? Could you show some client testimonials? Could you have some like screenshots of what clients have said about you? Okay, again, this sentence here, we're going to be changing that, because what you'll want to do is you've now created your impact statement. My action plan for you is to put your impact statement on your cover. And you can use the exact same. If you don't already have a Facebook page, then you're going to want to make a Facebook page. I will leave a link below that shows you how to actually create your own Facebook fan page, right? People can follow you on here. This is what you'll be running ads to in the future. It is critical that you have one of these. And then you can see when people come on my profile, they can clearly just see that I look like I know what I'm talking about. And then that goes, we have that there because then it says the send message is the button that we have, okay? I don't have a big following in there at all, but we have so many leads. Okay, now going back to personal Facebook. So yeah, basically just have the cover, have the same profile picture that you use everywhere, put a link in your about section, and pretty much just do the same for your Facebook profile. Instagram, you're going to take your impact statement, put it in your bio. This section is searchable. So that means that if somebody types in Lauren Tickner, if someone types in like financial coach and you had financial coach in here, then you would be more likely to show up. So let me just show you this right here. I'll make this a little bit bigger. So the part where it says name, right now mine just says Lauren space Tickner, okay? There. If you were to say financial coach or whatever, then that would be more searchable. Username, Lauren Tickner. Now, the reason I just have my username as just my name is because I spent a long time building up authority and credibility, right? So now people know who I am more so. So I don't need to do specific things like write in here like business coach or anything like that, because I have the authority and the credibility, okay? So when people see my blue tick as well, then they're more likely to actually reply to me. When you don't have that authority and that credibility, you need to do these things. So if you are a fat loss coach for mums, in your name section, you might want to just write mom, fat loss coach, or postpartum, weight loss, whatever's going to work for you. Username. So a lot of people try to like overcomplicate the username. You just don't want to have like too many like underscores on there or like full stops and numbers and everything. Just try and keep it simple. Ideally your name. If you can't have your name, then have it something like I was Lauren Fitness for ages, right? People literally knew me as Lauren Fitness. And then if you can't get your full name, and you want to have a username, because sometimes it can help to increase. If you feel like you need more authority and credibility, then basically put a keyword in your username, is what I'm trying to say. So I could have been like Lauren fat loss, right? Or like Lauren, love coach, something like that. Just think about like, what do you need to do in order to stand out? Okay. So for me here, Forbes top 10 entrepreneur, that's very impressive to people that I was featured by Forbes magazine as a top 10 entrepreneur. I have a page for Impact School, which is the business. Oh my gosh. Do you need that for your business? No. You can operate it all from your own profile. For us, this is honestly more hassle than it's worth. Impact statement in the bio. So again, your action plan, put that in your bio, optimize all your social media profiles, right? And then DM me online to see how I can help your business. The same that was on here, right? Standardize it. It just keeps it very, very simple. You then want your highlights that are going to be attractive to your ideal clients. So you're going to want to have testimonials. You're going to want to have, I personally have revenue because that's what my clients want. But if you are like if you're someone who helps parenting, you could show your own kids, right? What's going to be relatable or like aspirational to people. I personally have a podcast. Again, you don't need that at the beginning. What's going to be more important is what I'm going to walk you through, and I'll walk you through it now. A lot of people try to start like a YouTube channel, a podcast, do all these things. But at the beginning stages, you just want authority and credibility on the main platforms that you're using. If you're a coaching client of ours, we'll obviously help you figure out the platforms that you should be using. And if you're unsure about this, then there's going to be a link or a button below. If you're watching this inside of our free course right now, there is a link or a button below whereby you can get on a call with us and we'll walk you through all of that. You're going to want to make sure that the content that you have on your profile demonstrates authority and credibility. So here are some examples, right? So this one, although this one doesn't perform too well, we have some client testimonials, how, 14.4K in 6 weeks of joining Impact School, 4 to 10K, right? So she was making 4K before, now she's making 10K per month. She made 10K in 4 days. That's her first ever 10K month, right? So I also show that I know what I'm talking about. Similarly for my clients, like this type of thing, like they want the lifestyle. So I show some lifestyle content, but again, that's only because I have been able to build up enough of authority and credibility through sort of like my brand now. When you're at the beginning stages, you have to hustle for it and post really, really high value content, show a lot of client stuff. In fact, I'll show you one of our clients. You'll meet her later on. So Charmaine's husband actually just quit his job because he started working for her full time. Also, Charmaine, when she started with us, she had 2.5 jobs. So you can see here, like she's just, you come on her profile, even though she gets barely any engagement, like, can you see how it's just, look, that's what a result from one of her clients got. Her content is just like really good and it shows that she knows what she's talking about. And while it might not get the most engagement ever, guess what? It doesn't matter because she has a high ticket offer. So then she has DM me reverse, see how I can help. Look, it's just super clear, right? Impact statement, the DM thing. She has online dietitian in her name, link to her freebie. And then obviously, you don't need a freebie when you're first starting, right? She's making over 20 grand a month now. So that's why we've moved on to that because when we're coaching her. But she has client wins, showing what her clients eat because that's the type of thing that her clients will want to know. Things that are specific to her ideal clients, right? So yeah, I mean, she's skilled at that. And she had to really build up that authority and credibility because when she started with us like a few weeks ago, she literally had like under 500 followers, okay? So now she's focusing on getting visibility, but she's using permission-based relationship marketing, which is what you'll be learning about with us here at Impact School. So let's go over to LinkedIn. Again, think about all your social media profiles as landing pages, as opt-in pages, right? People can follow you and DM you, and that's essentially them opting in. Honestly, a DM is way more powerful than a follow. So again, impact statement in there, same background. Again, we're going to change the impact statement that we have on here because like it just isn't really that great, honestly. But again, on LinkedIn, if you just go over to my profile, what we can do for you, who we work with, core outcomes of working with us, how you can get access to our systems. Okay, this has changed the game for me. You can just come in, copy what I've written here and change it for you. Now, here's the cool thing. This and your abilities on social media are literally about how good you are at copywriting. Copywriting is key. And when I say copywriting, I don't mean like, legal copywriting. I mean copywriting as in written words that sell. This is copywriting. This is copywriting, right? Everything here is copywriting. All here, this is copywriting. let's just go into Google to show you the exact definition. Copywriting is the act or occupation of writing text for the purposes of advertising or other forms of marketing. It's literally like the most important skill for online business, one of the most important skills. And so it's just essentially positioning yourself to the point whereby the people who are reading it are like, oh my goodness me, I need to pay this person now. Okay, that's your aim through copywriting. Then you can, on LinkedIn, you can feature things, right? So I post some good articles. I write these on Google Docs. I copy the document and then I put it on I upload it as an actual article. And then in here as well, I just show some stuff where I've been in the media. If you don't have that right now, then obviously, that's something that we can help you get that. Actually, my experience on my LinkedIn, I show anything that's relevant, right? So everything, I always have a link so they can click it. The strength feed, so that was the hashtag that I founded and it was my business. So everybody who has used this hashtag is someone who is a part of my community. So I made this. If people then search it, then that's like, oh my gosh, wow, like Lauren made this. It was my whole business back when I was in the fitness industry. So it's really, really cool seeing this. And it's like, wow, that was great because it shows that I'm not just like one of those business coaches that never actually had my own online coaching business, because that's a huge problem in the industry. It shows that I've lived and breathed it all the way since, 2015. So on LinkedIn, you're just going to want to make sure that you change your URL so that it's like your name or whatever. So if you just go on that and then you can just edit it. Really, it's very, very simple to edit on LinkedIn. Finally, TikTok, again, even if you're not using it, I advise you to just make an account. Same username as everywhere else. I need to change the impact statement on there, but I kind of positioned it a bit differently because I know the type of clients on TikTok for us are probably more like low ticket people. Got the freebie in the bio, honestly, mainly just directing people in my posts to DM me on IG. So yeah, obviously there's like a bunch of different social media platforms, but at the end of the day, it's like, what can you do to increase your authority and your credibility? Because then when you're using strategies like permission-based relationship marketing that we're going to teach you, you don't need to have posts go viral and stuff, right? You can get visibility by making yourself visible and by reaching out to people. And you want to basically make it so that when you're DMing people on Facebook, your DMs come from your personal one. So you want to make it so that when you're reaching out to people, they're not just like, who the hell is this weirdo? You know what I mean? You want them to be like, okay, yeah, this person knows what they're talking about. I trust this person. Actually, I have some questions that I want to ask this person. And that's the aim. If people are asking you questions, then you've done a good job at making yourself look credible. Testimonials are key. If you don't have testimonials, then, something that you can do is say to people that you're reaching out to, look, before I start charging full price, I'm looking for a few people to work closely with in exchange for feedback, and then get them on the call, have the sales conversation with them, whatever, and then enroll them, but don't have them go do it for free, because when people don't pay, they don't pay attention. Okay, write that down, bear that in mind. You're going to want to make sure that the people that you work with are paying clients. You'll get them better results, they'll have more skin in the game, you'll get better testimonials, and that will help you massively. Okay, if you're feeling like unconfident or a little nervous about any of this stuff, remember, there's a link below. You can book a call with us. We are here to help and support you. Confidence comes with success. And if you haven't had success yet, then obviously that's why you're probably feeling a little shy. But we're here to help you. We're here to support you. And I look forward to seeing your optimized social media profiles. Once you're done, take a screenshot of all of them, paste them in the Facebook group. So that's my action plan for you. Optimize your social medias. Make sure that you have your impact statement in all of your bios. Make sure that you have the DM me and then the keyword in all of your bios. And then once you're done, screenshot all of them. And I look forward to seeing it. Oh, and do not use Linktree, because you want to minimize decision fatigue, okay? If there's a bunch of links in your bio and people have to click it and then they're seeing all these different things, they're not going to want to know where to look. I personally just use the link in my bio or whatever I've made a post about that day or whatever, because at the end of the day, people are way more likely to just stay on the platform and stalk your socials rather than to actually go and be clicking links, okay? Linktree, it's just not even worth it. Driving people into the DMs is honestly the most effective thing. I've seen this from being in the trenches for so long, having helped hundreds of clients here at Impact School. So yeah, let's get it, and I look forward to seeing your posts.
When you're posting on social media, one of the things that I would say is the most important is really just asking yourself, is this positioning me as a credible authority figure in my space? And just asking yourself that again and again and again, because until you get to a certain point, that's all that really matters. So many people chase so many followers, so many likes, so much engagement, when really, if you have the credibility and the authority down, you can focus on the things that are going to bring in cash flow at that stage. Get their credibility and authority down. You can then focus on the activities that are going to bring in cash flow, like having one-to-one conversations. Many people aren't willing to do that. They just want all of these inbound leads. But get that credibility and authority down through optimizing your social media, and then do the manual work. You need to do that at the beginning so that then you can bring in the money and then pay people to do the more complicated marketing, automation, scaling, and things like that. Because at the beginning, the fastest, easiest way to bring in cash is to literally optimize your socials, do prospecting, do outreach, post in Facebook groups, do posting organic, and then from there, you'll be able to scale, okay? So again, gonna be posting a load of the content from the archives. I no longer want to compete. I want to empower. That is my aim. So I'm gonna be giving all of my frameworks away for free. That has generated our clients hundreds of millions of dollars in revenue over the years. And I'm so grateful that I get to serve you. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one, and make sure to subscribe.